I'm Judy Shaw for What's the Fund. Joining me today is Scott Helfstein. He is Executive Director, Thematic Investing at ProShares. Scott, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Judy.
Quick note to our viewers, this interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. All right, so Scott, tell me, what's the fund you're talking about today?
We're talking about the ProShares DJ Brookfield Global Infrastructure ETF, which is ticker TOLZ, T-O-L-Z.
TOLZ. Tell me about this fund and tell me about the strategy.
TOLZ is the only pure play way of owning infrastructure companies, the owners and operators of infrastructure companies in an ETF. And there are three reasons right now that we think investors might want to consider infrastructure. The first is we have tailwind out of Washington, D.C. with Biden's proposed infrastructure plan, where it goes beyond just money for roads and bridges. It includes infrastructure assets like communication systems and water utilities. So that's one important consideration. A second is around the economic reopening and the fact that there were a lot of infrastructure assets during lockdown that were underutilized. And we think as people begin to go back out, that will change and there'll be demand for infrastructure. And then third deals with the low rate and inflation environment. And infrastructure owners and operators generally provide an attractive yield, which is great in a low rate environment. And because it's the owners and operators, they own the real assets, which investors will often look to real assets in an inflationary environment, which we might see ahead. So three reasons to consider infrastructure, and we have TOLZ, T-O-L-Z.
All right, so now tell me, where can our viewers learn more about TOLZ?
So ProShares.com/TOLZ TOLZ.
All right. Scott, well, it was great to have you on What's the Fund. Thanks for joining me.